Christmas will never be the same.
Twerk the center, twerk the center, twerk the center, and his little elf crew. Twerk the center, twerk the center, twerk the center, and his reindeer too. Twerk the center, twerk the center, twerk the center. You know what to do. Twerk the center, twerk the center, twerk the center. Just twerk at the center.
Twerking is the sin, I gotta twerk it like this.
Welcome back! It's Vlogmas Day 2, girl. Yesterday you saw a whole bunch of tea. So we finally moved into the Philly apartment. Woo! Ain't no woo. That hole was falling apart at the seams. The water pump started malfunctioning. A pipe in the wall came apart, gushing water out through the wall and into the hallway of my apartment complex, pooling at the front of my neighbor's door, which means I can't use the water in my apartment. Every time I use a shower, the water pump is gushing water out through the wall. The first day I got there, a whole festival was happening right in front of my apartment. My apartment was street level. That was one of the things that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it because I'm gonna talk about this a little later. It was just kind of worth the price. I'll explain why I got that specific apartment a little bit later. But it was a street level apartment on a street that had festivals every 5 minutes. So that was crazy, especially because a DJ set up right outside my apartment, blasting music into my apartment. The next day, the store next to me, which that's another thing, it was a retailer living right next to me. They had a grand reopening. Every white person in Philly came. They all apparently smoked cigarettes. You would have thought it was a cigarette smoking convention. My apartment fills up with smoke. It's gross. So I'm stressed out. On top of that, there was a metal grate that was on top of a light well that led down to the window of my bedroom, which was located in the kind of basement level because my apartment was split level, 2 levels, girl. One was on the street, the other one was in the basement. Pretty much. My window to my bedroom, girl, faced pretty much cement, but when you look up, there's like a grate. That's on the sidewalk. So when people walked on that grate, it made a bunch of noise that woke me up every single night and sounded like a gunshot when you were just like in the living area. Girl, half the doors weren't closing. They were stuck. Every time I tried to open it, a piece of the freaking door would chip off. Also, my washer and dryer ain't working. They gave me access to a 3rd floor unit that was like unoccupied at the time to wash and dry my clothes. I was going up 3 floors to wash and dry my clothes. Of course, I would forget that my clothes were in there, and then they would get mildew in the washer. Then I have to wash it again because it's just so far out of sight, out of mind.
Damn, I forgot.
But wait, there's more. My mom was in the hospital. I had just had this really intense emotional conversation with my sister because we fell out a while ago. That's a whole other story. We don't even got to talk about it. And I won't. And 3, my nephew was kind of needing some help, but he's a grown man now. He be figuring stuff out on his own too. I also spent a lot of money, which was stressful in and of itself, to get my stuff out of my Phoenix apartment onto a truck to have it driven across the country. 10 bands. Oh my God, like never again will I ever do that. I will never do that again.
Really dumb, for real.
I will literally drive back and forth across the country myself twice with a trailer on the back of that hub before I ever pay somebody $10,000 for them to do what they did with my stuff. And you'll see more of that in today's video. But to make matters worse, the company that I went with, Bellhop, miscommunicated with the driver and texted me being like, okay, we know you wanted your stuff on Sunday because it was a 5-day guarantee and I wanted my stuff by Sunday. That was when I would have time to receive all my stuff. We can't get it there to you until Monday because that's what we told the driver.
What do you want me to do? I'm one person.
What you want me to do about that? What you want me to do about that? Don't sound like a me problem, it sound like a you problem.
You, yeah.
Fix it. Get my stuff here on Sunday.
Trust, you will be dealt with. Period.
The issue is that they gave me so little time to get a new parking permit for Monday. Because in Philly, you need a parking permit to have a truck come because everything is so tight and stuff. You have to have no parking signs printed out by the police department, which you have to go through the streets department. It's a whole thing, a bureaucratic process. So long story short, my truck was on its way and I had no place for it to stop and unload my stuff into my car, into my house. That's where we're at emotionally. And then I get a knock at the door.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is it okay if it's a plumber? Can you take a look at
You
it?
can take a look.
I appreciate you. This is right the plot,
Shannon, I think his name was.
Yeah.
Like turned the pump off yesterday.
You know what was happening? Like, was it like making that noise?
Yeah, it was making a wild noise. It sounded like a washing machine that was going. It was like trying to pump,
Okay.
like pumping. And went outside, there was a bunch of water out there.
Gotcha.
It was like going through the wall. Yeah. The way that I'm talking to him, I am done emotionally. And I think he actually kind of read that a little bit because of how he started interacting with me. He tried to like lighten the mood a little bit, but he understood that I was just stressed out by this apartment so bad that I didn't even have it in me to be like mean to people. I was just defeated.
So I'll just let you know I will be working. I may have to cut the wall on the other side and just
Then you gotta cut the wall open.
on the other side, yeah.
Okay.
Just to get to it, just to make sure it is what I think it is. Yeah, I just want to let you know before I start doing it,
Okay.
noise and stuff.
All right.
Because when something going on now.
Oh God. Okay.
And the washer and dryer, I heard you mention something about that. What?
Well, when I haven't been here in a while, but when I got here, of course, after I signed, I gave everybody the check and all that stuff. At least some people said, "Oh, well, by the way, your washer and dryer don't work."
Okay, so that was this one. Okay, I remember that. I do
Yeah.
remember that we had someone come out because I was tested it, and
Okay.
you said something about the voltage, right?
Yeah.
I think we had someone come out and they said someone has to replace the wire, the line going to this. They might have used the wrong wire. It could be a faulty wire. Something could have happened. But I thought they took care of that. Because I'm gonna get on it though. I'm gonna call somebody and get that figured out for you.
Okay.
We got that. We got this. What else?
Okay, so what y'all didn't see here is that he kind of smiled at me because he knew there was a laundry list of things that I had to say about this apartment. And I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of working on me. He was deflating the situation a little bit because I was ready to go in there and yell at everybody. It's stuff that's like kind of some of it's like not in your control. It's the DJ setting up outside my damn apartment and like blasting your shit into the apartment. Some of these doors are crazy, I know. Like, I hate this type of stuff. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. The door chipped
Gotcha.
at the top.
Gotcha.
So it's chipped on both sides because...
Can I take a picture of it?
Sure.
I'm trying my best to come back today, and that's cool to try and take care of this stuff.
Okay.
These are the townhomes, and we had like I guess you call it a subcontractor, outside contractor, and they turn them over to us and say, hey, it's ready. And now we're the first one to actually live in here and stuff.
Okay. They would say that a lot. They would say, you're the first person to live here. And at first I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like, nobody's lived in this apartment. And so, you know, obviously when somebody turns on the water, uses the shower, like, that's when the issues are going to come up, right? Right. But then they kept saying that so much every time I said there was an issue with the apartment that it started to feel like they were just saying that to avoid accountability. Like, y'all should have been had this squared away. Don't rent an apartment to somebody that you don't know if the water works. That don't make no sense. Also, it wasn't just me. The sump pump or the water pump or whatever y'all call it went out for like 5 people in a row. So this is clearly like y'all's issue, something that maybe y'all already knew about, you know? So to me, this sounds like an issue that they already knew about way before I got there. So why would they rent me an apartment that ain't working? Anyway, girl, literally that day, I also discovered that there were holes in the ceiling.
Not a hole, Keisha. A valve.
Why were there holes in the ceiling? Just next to where they installed lights, there was random holes in the ceiling, and you could see through the ceiling.
This is ghetto.
Stop playing with me right now. I just noticed it was like some fucked up hole in the ceiling there.
Okay. Yeah, no.
What else? Anyway, the movers came. It was a team of 5 people, 5 men. This time they had actual shirts on that said bellhop. They was ready to go. You know, there was a team member who was communicative. They told me their names. I didn't have to ask what their names were. They were on it. Now the driver was like, where do we park? I was like, ooh. Yeah, see, the issue is that y'all suffer from some level of like incompetence that's running through y'all's company. Bellhop communicated the wrong date to the driver, and so I didn't have a permit for the date that you were actually coming. So I just didn't have a permit. I was like, I don't have one. So they parked in the bike lane, because one thing about Philly is they don't give a f actually. Like, the people driving don't give a f. They'll just park wherever. They parked the truck in the bike lane off to the side, which I do not condone because I think bikers deserve a lot more safety on the streets. But thankfully, they took like 30 minutes to unload the truck. All my stuff off the truck. Got a few chips. I told them to wrap this up. They didn't wrap it up at all. Like, the whole thing chipped on the bone.
Oh my
I told
God.
him to wrap it up. I literally told him at the end, I was like, can you wrap this up like in a blanket?
Oh, you must have forgot. Y'all really must have forgot.
No blanket. Meter is chipped up. Damn. Golly. What the heck? I can't. The mirror is chipped up all on the side. It's getting on my nerves. This would be, I guess, by the bed, but there's a bedroom downstairs. I need y'all to see this lamp. This is crazy. All bent up. Thank you so much. What's the point of paying somebody to move your stuff if all your stuff gonna get to your destination bent up and broken?
I'm smiling, but it ain't funny.
That's 3 things now that's damaged. 3. I'm so afraid to open up my TV box. Deflating this mattress. My mirrors are not shattered at least. All my mirrors made it.
Barely.
My plates and stuff. Oh my God, guys.
He said, "Can you come to the truck real quick?"
Oh, yeah.
Out of all of these picture frames, I'm coming across like 3 to 4 of them that are like coming apart.
Busted, yeah.
I'm not sure if they were like that already or if
No,
it
they
happened.
weren't. It happened.
I wanted to bring it to your attention so
Yeah.
you didn't think me and my guys would just
No, I
toss
get it.
things around.
Yeah. Look, I want y'all to see this.
Yes, they did.
Like,
Strapped it in properly.
they just...
Nothing's broke on it though. It's just disassembled. I don't know if you like. I don't know how frames work, so I don't know if they're broke, but nothing's shattered. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. That should be fine.
I wanted to hand you this though to you.
Yeah.
Versus
Thank you.
versus us.
Yeah, this is up. And they just threw all that stuff in there, huh?
Yeah, they kind of did, but we are.
I'm sorry. This is so ridiculous. I have to laugh.
They got me so bad, y'all. They got me. Look at this. Remember when I made this shelf? They busted it up.
Bam. Oh, bye.
That's crazy. Like, can she be salvaged? Kinda. No, not really. Not really. Okay, all my stuff is here. It's all moved in. The truck is still sitting out here. I don't know what that's about.
You are not a tree. You can move.
But thank God, I literally just got the freaking email that said parking permit is approved. All late and wrong. They was already in the process of moving. So I guess, bright side of this is that I didn't have to pay the $25 to get a temporary parking permit. But the not bright side of this is that my door's not closing now.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what this is about.
Again.
It's like misaligned or something. The door's not closing. So all my stuff is in here. I gotta go talk to the leasing office and my door is wide open. I'm gonna put my boxes and tables in front of the door. Cause if somebody walk in, I got all my stuff in here, my iPad. Girl, we gonna block the door. Dang, man, half of my stuff is busted up. That's crazy. So it kind of feels like bittersweet to be moved in because I don't wanna like settle in, you know? It's like finally I'm here, but I don't wanna really be in here. Also, I didn't have the money to explore other options and my car was still in Phoenix, so I truly felt stuck. I had decided it was best to just unpack and try to move through it and like just try to live a little normal life in this apartment that's falling apart. But then I was quickly reminded that there was a pipe that burst in my wall and was gushing water out. Look, this freaking stuff here that I bought, I tried it. It's like a black
It was so black.
something or other, girl. It's like a syrup and there's pancake mix as well. It's up there. It spilled all out in the thing. And it like crystallized all over some of the cans and stuff. This is all my food. So I'm washing every single can, drying them off and then putting them away. I also don't feel like I have the same amount of space that I had in my old apartment or something. You know what it is? Is that the cabinets are so shallow. It's just like so short or something. My cabinets in my old place were like so deep, so I could fit a lot more in there. This has more cabinets, I think, altogether, but everything is so shallow. And there's way too many shelves on everything. I can't fit, like I had to take some shelves out so that I can fit this because it was just too low. But let me check downstairs. They had to like patch up a hole in the wall. They had to literally
This is crazy.
take a hole, dig a hole out of the wall, fix a pipe that bust or that was like leaking or something. And then they put it back in there to fix the water issue. But y'all, now that my stuff is in here, these rooms feel a little bit bigger. When it's just the room, you're like, oh, whoa, this is hella small.
So small. I don't like that.
I don't know how my stuff is gonna fit in here. But now that my bed is in here, I'm like, okay. All right, I think I'll have space. You know, it's not taking up as much space, especially in the office. The fact that, yeah, like, it's not, like, things can fit in here. It is cramped, but I think I can, you know, get it to a place where it makes sense. But I'm just doing one room at a time. I'm unpacking, I'm gonna get the kitchen together because the kitchen and my bedroom matter the most, like, right now. Let me turn off all these lights. Those matter the most to me right now because I need to sleep on an actual bed. My back hurts so bad from sleeping on these air beds. Let me check outside actually.
What the f is that?
Golly.
Stop playing with that. Ah!
Whole big hole in the wall outside. That's wild. I'm already getting tired. I need to eat lunch. Oh my God. I'm gonna eat lunch, finish up my kitchen. Hopefully everything is put away, cleaned up, and then I can start on my bedroom, and then I can get there. I need to go to the post office and do other stuff and go to the gym. And then tonight I'll come back in here and get stuff done. And that's on being an adult, baby. It truly is about handling business, remembering to take care of yourself, and deal with whatever comes your way in as timely of a matter as you can, because things only get worse. And when things get worse, they cost more. That is being an adult. And then when things cost more, you have to work more, which means you have to sacrifice taking care of yourself to work more. It is just like, it is the most impossible juggling act, unless you are a Nepo baby. Okay, I'm finally feeling like I can go ahead and roll out the carpet.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm pushing it, girl. Like, finally, I have space enough to roll my little carpet out. And it's not that little either. Which is actually cool because I still have so much space. This apartment is actually bigger than, well, now that my stuff is here, I'm realizing the apartment is slightly, I'm not giving it too much, girl. Slightly bigger than what I thought. Here we go. We can finally, you know, put our sofa together in our living room and figure out the layout, but I still have all this stuff to kind of figure out. And my office and bedroom are still completely like my bed is up, but everything else is gotta be unpacked. I don't know if I said this, but my nephew came over yesterday. My nephew's like going to school down south and he is on summer break. So he is staying with his aunt who lives in Jersey. And he like drove over yesterday and came to help me unpack, which was actually really helpful because there was a lot of stuff that I needed to put together, like my coffee table and stuff like that. And those things are really tedious. Girl, excuse my hair. Because, excuse it.
Okay.
And anyway, those things were kind of tedious. Putting my bar stools back together, like a bar car, all these like things that require small, tiny bolts. He was really helpful in putting those back together. And so I don't have to worry about that. All my stuff I think is put together. Even my bed, he helped me put my bed together. So that was great. Even though I think that I'm probably going to get rid of the bed frame. I hit up Castlery because I was like, I love their stuff. I have actually in the move, one of my things broke. One of the wheels to my sliding door on one of my dressers that I got from Castlery, which was a gift from them, kind of broke off, girl. So I'm gonna get that fixed. But I reached out to them because the quality of their stuff is so good. Like the table and the thing that I got, so good that I was like, let me reach out to them again. Because if I'm gonna get a new bed frame, I want one that actually is gonna last. The one that I got is just a little weak in the middle. Like I have a king size bed and that thing is like wobbling in the middle. But this is it for right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so y'all see the apartment, right? I wanna kind of talk about why I got this apartment in the first place. Like why I chose this specific apartment. So the apartment was in Fishtown, which is kind of like, I hate the term, but it's like up and coming. I liked it because there was lots of restaurants. There was young people around. It was right next to a clay studio that actually, I actually throw what y'all maybe don't know. I don't know if I talked about this, but I do ceramics as well. I don't know if y'all ever knew that about me, but I do some throwing every once in a while, which is like putting clay on the wheel and like spinning it into cups and whatever. So there was like a pervasive art scene as well. There's a bunch of restaurants nearby, and my gym was literally right down the street. So the area kind of ate that for me. You know what I'm saying? The apartment itself was like 1,399 square feet or 1,400 square feet. It was 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and the actual building touted quite a bit of like black art. And I thought that that was so great. I loved it. Like when I toured all the common spaces, and I thought that those common spaces would give the actual space that actually was unavailable to me to see because they were still working on the apartment. I thought that those spaces would give the apartment a vote of confidence because, like, hello, the common spaces were gorgeous. So I was like, how different could the actual apartment be? They did have video of the actual apartment that they sent me, and I looked at it and I scrutinized it up and down as much as I could, and everything seemed great. They had pictures of it as well. I looked at the pictures. Everything about it looked just fine. But then you get in there, despite being a large amount of window, there was no light. Girl, there was no light. Especially in the basement, there was no light at all. It was really crazy waking up in the dark.
What the
I'd be waking up at 11, noon, 1 o'clock, being like, wait, what the? Because there was just no light. The bedrooms were 10 by 10, which is not great if you have a king bed. It's not great if you want to use an office as both an office and a filming studio. It's just not, it don't fit nothing. Parking also was a headache. It's not impossible, but definitely hard. There was a rooftop deck that was really nice, but never went up there. And a gym and an artist's workspace that you could rent out or just use throughout the day that had all kinds of materials in there for you to just do art. Like, there was a sink, like one of those sinks that you can just throw clay in and stuff. That was amazing. Like, what other apartment complex has all that? So I was really sold on it going in there, but then everything just had a turn for the worse. I do feel like I have some space in here, which is nice. I have a lot of work to do, and I'll catch back up with y'all because I'm just taking it slow. And I went and got a gym membership today too. So I'm gonna be going to a literal gym, which is cool. And I'm gonna go to the gym later because it was hella packed when I signed up for the gym. When I went there, like, first of all, the girl was so cute. She was so nice.
What the frick
like,
is
don't
that?
mind this for real, for real. It's getting on my nerves.
The skills my hair.
She was showing me around, but it was almost hard to show me around. There was so much going on. I couldn't even pay attention to what she was saying because there was too many people. Although everybody there is fine. Like, everybody, why is everybody 6'5" up and up? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Everybody was so attractive, I couldn't believe it. But also there was a lot of people there who were serious about their fitness. And so that, to me, will feel, that I think that's like definitely motivation. Yeah, I can like see, you know, scope out the scenery and see what people are doing, how they're kind of, what form they have and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go back later tonight though, because it was definitely way too packed and I had a little bit of social anxiety, but it was mostly the fact that I couldn't find, like I couldn't easily get to the equipment that I needed to complete my workout. So like I said, I'm just taking it slow. I'm packing. I just made a little protein shake. I have to eat dinner as well. I'm just gonna continue doing this and I'll update y'all when I get to it. Okay, bye. So the maintenance man came in there and quote unquote fixed the issue because the water stopped gushing through the wall, but the water pump started making this like crazy alarm noise. It sounded like a buzzer at the end of the game, like
Shut up.
It was so loud and it reverberated through the house. It was so scary. And anytime I flushed the toilet or washed the shower, it's the same situation. That noise started happening. And it would happen so quick, and I wanted to film it. And so this is me just like trying to film it, but it only does it like twice and then it stops for a while. And I could never catch it on camera. But at some point I do catch it on camera. I'm gonna get it. Girl. Okay, so we got our sofa situated. It really is still it's wild in here. There's so much going on.
Too much.
Everything is everything. But I feel so much better now that my stuff is here. I feel so much better, like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I was possessed or something, like by the moving demon.
Who?
By the mover demon, because it was giving, I was sad and sullen and depressed and frustrated and anxious and
Anxiety, stop!
all these things. I think it was the housing insecurity of it all kind of triggering me and feeling like I didn't know, feeling like there was too much going on. Like not feeling like, knowing that there was too much going on. And I just got back from the gym, so there's probably sweat all in my beard.
Whoa.
Yeah, why do I always come up here looking like this? Like I can't ever come up here with some nice stitch braids and a little bit of haircut. I got my eyebrows done yesterday, but they don't really look like it, do it?
No.
back to what I was saying, girl. There was a lot of stuff that was just on my shoulders, and now that everything is here, I like a lot of big decisions are like off my plate. So I'm still organizing. I'm getting there. I'm unpacking my office downstairs. I have to do that in order to get some of this stuff from up here down into my office. I'm unpacking my clothes, and I realized I don't have much storage because I don't have, everything is just out. In my last apartment, I had closets in the bathroom. I had walk-in closets. There was so much space to put stuff. Here, there's none of that, baby. I got 2 little drawers, so I'll probably make a trip to IKEA at some point. Right now, like to really in a few hours, I'm headed to DC to go celebrate one of my good friends in her graduation. And I'm not gonna be back for like another 4 or 5 days. And then I'm gonna be back here for a little bit. And then I gotta go all the way to Phoenix again to go hand over the keys and paint and all that stuff. So I'm gonna try to get as much done, and after the trip is over, I think I'm gonna just ship my car across the country instead of driving it, because that's gonna take too much time. Too much time. And I don't want to deal with like figuring out where to eat and like I'm on this fitness journey, baby. All that stuff just seems like too much, girl. Too much. I need to do myself the favor and just ship my car across the country. So I want to go to IKEA when I have like my truck so I can put stuff in the back. I was shopping on IKEA last night, putting stuff in my wish list. They have a really great wish list situation where if you log in, you can create little lists for different rooms, and you can go, okay, maybe this will work, this or that'll work. Because usually I'll just keep it all in here, and that's, you know, it's a lot going on in here. So I did find like some cute wardrobe situations that you can just like plop on the wall and hang some extra clothes. Even though it's not that much space down there. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out though. I'm gonna go figure out some food and then go to the gym and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. The same thing, girl. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that's it for the end of this. That's it for today's video. I hope you liked this video. A lot of y'all in the last video said in the comments that you didn't like the video.
What?
Not because you didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? But because it's like, I was just stressing out. So like, you're trying to not say that you like me stressing out. I get that, but please like the video. Like, please just click the button, girl. I appreciate that. One of y'all was like, oh, I don't know if I want to like this one. Like it, please. Tomorrow we're going to give you a little bit more of the story, and then I think we'll get into the road trip of it all. Because she drove that thing all across the country. I was in Denver. I was in the mountains, girl. It was crazy. So we're going to get into that. But I love y'all. Happy holidays, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.